Good morning, Unionville. Thank you for tuning in to Unionville Today. It's Christmas Eve, and I'm joined by my co-host, who Christmas has definitely thrown up on this time.
Indeed it has. I'm Emily Clark, pausing my festive activities to bring you the latest on sports, clubs, and general school updates. But before we begin, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, Unionville. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
And unfortunately, there are no sports even for the last broadcast of the year.
But Mr. Lipowitz will impart his multitudinous knowledge of the English lexicon upon us today.
Hello, everybody. Today's word is emulate. Emulate means to copy. For example, the graduate student emulated his professor by copying the way she taught and the way she conducted herself outside of class. Emulate. Have a great day.
All right, folks, Chef Tortellini Cookies is back and ready to show us the bestest, tastiest, and festiviest cookies he can.
Grazie. I'm a Chef Tortellini Cookie, and it's a Christmas season. I'm so excited to celebrate, and this week, Mrs. Daly is gonna help us make some Christmas cookies, but not just one. We're making peanut butter blossom cookies, almond joy, and frosted sugar cookies today. So grab your spatula and put on your apron, because it's about to get real cozy in here.
Hi guys. So, in my mind, December is National Cookie Month. We make cookies at school, we make cookies at home, we make cookies all the time. I cook for weeks and make cookies for weeks and weeks and weeks. This year's a little different though. So I'm gonna make a bunch of small batches, all right? So every day I'm gonna be making cookies, but I'm gonna make small batch cookies. So follow me to see what I create every single day. Today, I'm gonna make almond joy cookies. They're my son's favorite, so let's get started. First thing I'm gonna do is measure out, I've got all my ingredients here. This is what we do, we mise en place. I'm gonna measure out my flour, okay? And when you're baking, you wanna make sure you do a scoop and swipe method, okay? So I'm gonna scoop my flour into my measuring cup like this, okay? And I need a total of 1 cup and 1/8 of a cup. How do you measure 1/8 of a cup, Mrs. Daly? It's 2 tablespoons. It's just a fancy way of saying that. But that's what it is. So I'm scooping it, and now I am swiping it. Just make sure you get a really pretty accurate measurement. Now, also using a tablespoon, a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. I'm also going to do the scoop and swipe method with that as well. Do this just like so. I'm also going to get flour on my counter because, you know, that's important to do. Makes it authentic. All right. So there's my flour, 1 1/8 cups. Now to this flour, I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now I need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is a big salt container, like TikTok, salt. And I'm going to do that over the sink because you don't want to pour too much in. Like so. I'm just gonna mix it together really fast and we're gonna set that aside. All right, put that aside. Move it over here. Now I need to cream my butter and my sugars. I'm gonna be using 1 stick of butter that is softened, it's very soft. And I'm going to, let me show you here, be putting it in stand-up mixer. This mixer is so old. I've had this mixer now for about 20-something years. And I need 1/3 of a cup white sugar. And when we measure out 1/3 of a cup, guys, we just scoop and shake. Scoop and shake, just like so. And now my light brown sugar. Now this recipe does not tell you to pack it, just put it in, okay? So you're just gonna do the best you can, wipe it off your hands, just use your hands and plop it in, okay? So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to cream this with my stand-up mixer here. Okay. Now this is an old school one, so I need to put this on first, and then we're going to do it with paddle attachment. Now you can do this with a regular hand mixer. Push this down and lock it into place. You can do this with a regular hand mixer. You can also do it with a fork if you wanted to, if you didn't have anything. And we don't have to lock this, but I'm going to turn this. Why isn't my thing moving? There we go. Like I said, that's all. It needs a little, little log. So I'm going to cream that till it's nice and fluffy. And then I'm going to add my vanilla. Now I'm using Trader Joe's vanilla. I like their vanilla a lot. You're going to need to get a spatula. And if any little pieces of butter fly out, pop them back in. My counter's clean. Make sure you have a handy dandy spatula. Now you just want to let it go. Let it get nice and fluffy. You could also start measuring out your chocolate chips that you're going to need. You're going to need 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. And I went to Costco. So I got a big bag. I'm going to have to wait right now because my butter seems to be done. Okay. Do that. Use your spatula to scrape everything down, just like so. Gotta get all that butter in. All right, now I'm just going to scrape this down really fast, and then I'm going to be putting it back on. I have an older KitchenAid, so you don't have the newer ones open up. This one doesn't. So if yours does, just keep it on. Okay, so put this back on. All right, now I'm going to put it on low, and now I'm going to add my vanilla. I need 1 teaspoon. And if a little more goes in, that's okay. You can never go wrong with vanilla. Turn it up a little. Make sure that gets fully incorporated. Now I'm going to add my egg. Make sure you don't get any shells in there. Okay. Clean up as you go. Turn this up a little bit. Get that all incorporated really well. All right, once it's fully incorporated, let me see if I can show you. Okay, once it looks like that and it's fully incorporated, you're gonna slowly add your vanilla. I mean, not vanilla, your flour. What am I saying? Got vanilla on the brain. Okay, and I'm gonna use a spoon. Let me see if I can get rid of that glare. Let's come on over here. All right, so we got the glare over there. All right, so you're gonna add your flour now in, just like so. Just spoon it in. Don't rush. This flour will go everywhere. Make sure your spoon is in there. There we go. All right, move that out of the way. Now, once it starts to look like this, we're done. And we can turn it off and add in our mix-ins, which are going to be our chocolate chips and our coconut. I'll get a new one. There we go. Okay. We had a little hiccup there with the Zoom, but that's okay. We're back. We're going to keep going. Alrighty, so I'm just scraping off all my batter here. Oh, it's so pretty. Looks so good. And I'm going to scrape down, make this a little bigger. All right, so we're going to scrape down. Okay, so we're going to scrape down our batter. Let me show you. Just like so. And now to this, we're going to add 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Like I said, got my big old bag from Costco today. So I'm going to use, where's my half cup measuring? So I'm just going to do my half cup measuring cup 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I need to add my coconut. We're using flaked sweetened coconut. Where are my scissors? Should always have a good pair of kitchen shears with you. Okay, doing that. I need stuff in there. Okay, I need some flaked coconut. I'll do it like this. I'm just going to actually use my hands and pour it in. So I need 1 cup. That's a chunk. We don't want that. Okay. You just need to put it in. They were so nice. And if you have any of these little big chunks, you can get rid of them. You don't need to have them. We want nice flaky pieces. Okay, see, sometimes you get all these big, like look at that little nugget. You got to watch that. Okay, oh, 1 came out too. Okay, and if you like more coconut, less coconut, add whatever you want. Okay, remember, you can tailor it to your liking. And now I need my almonds. So I got these sliced almonds. That's what you want. Use my scissors to cut this. All right, and you're going to use 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to take my 1/4 cup measurement and do this 3 times. Okay, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. Put this over there. Okay. And now we're going to move some stuff out of the way, make some room, and clean up. Always clean up. All right, so now it looks like this, and we are going to mix that all around and get it all incorporated. This is going to be a really good, fun cookie. So keep mixing it, moving it around, like folding it like this. You don't want it, you want to do this by hand. You do not want to do it in a mixer because you don't want to over mix your dough. Okay. just kind of spreading it around. Well, this is going to make about a dozen cookies, depending on how big I make them. Okay. Whoop. All right. It's a nice little arm workout here, trying to get all these mixed together. All righty. Now I'm just going to move that over to the side. Now let me I have a lined baking tray right here, and I'm going to take my cookie scoop, and I'm going to kind of do a generous heaping, like so. I'm just going to drop them there. And I'm going to make these about 2 to 3 inches apart. So I'll probably do we'll see how many looks comfortable on my sheet with my hefty scooper. I think I can get what I'm gonna do. You can also move them around. They're nice. They're not a fragile cookie. I'm just gonna stagger them out. So I have 8 on my sheet, and I probably will be making about another, I don't know, 4 or 5. All right. So these are gonna go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 9 to 12 minutes. So depending on your oven. So you want to check it at 9 minutes. And if it needs a little bit more, you'll just leave it in a little bit more. Okay. Alrighty. We'll be back to see how they look. All right, guys. The cookies came out of the oven. I'll have to say, my first batch took about 15 minutes, and my second batch took about 12 minutes, and it's just because of the size. Let me show you. Here's the first batch size, and here's the second batch size. So altogether, I made 18 cookies, and what you want to do is let them cool on the baking sheet for about 10 minutes before you transfer them to the rack. And then you get yourself a cute little plate like this. Start plating your cookies. Can you show me? And you can do it all so nice. Look at this going on here. I mean, take a look. Look at that. Look at all the good almonds and coconut and everything. And look, they're soft. They're chocolatey. Oh, look at that. So good. And my son is going to enjoy the heck out of them. All right. The plate's so cute. All right. And then we'll put one big one in the middle. There we go. And there you have it. Small batch Almond Joy cookies. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Tiernan, come try a cookie. All right. Do I get a thumbs up?
There you go.
Thumbs up. It's a winner. Winner, winner. All right, guys. I'm going to be making cookies every day this week. So check back to see what I make. And why don't you come see what cookie takes me 3 days to make. See you soon. Bye.
That's all for today, folks. I am wishing you a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays.
And I am wishing you a happy, healthy New Year. Special thanks to Gabe Rodriguez for putting the whole show together, and Mr. Ortega's TV and video production crew for filming the individual segments. We'll see you next year. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the break, the potential white Christmas, and a much-needed New Year. Stay safe, Unionville.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide care